Hey everyone, welcome to Adventuring Addicts, Episode 2. Since the beginning of my D&D adventures, my friends and I always rely on using a 1-inch grid for main encounters, large terrain puzzles, and even just general combat when a lot is happening, or there are just lots of characters to track initiative for. Gridded terrain and maps are great tools for when things get tactical. As both a player and a DM, a grid allows you to know exactly where you are without the need to guess, especially when playing using theatre of the mind. But where grids on maps and terrain really shine is when you need to know the ranges for certain spells, AoEs, abilities, to even just having a more solid perspective for movement of your character. All in all, the grid paired up with the miniatures and terrain help paint an overall better picture of what is happening, and your imagination takes care of the rest. Now the reason I am saying all this is because grids can be used in many variations, from the 2D stuff like this adventure grid from the Wizards of the Coast, to 3D set pieces of terrain made from foam. They all have their advantages and drawbacks. Now today, I'm going to be showing you how I use the new tactical maps, Reincarnated pack, released very recently by the Wizards of the Coast. Now the double-sided maps are tucked away in this A4 size cardboard folder and features visual references of 5th edition rules for combat on both styles of grids, scaled sizes for miniatures, and also covers line of sight rules and area of effect spells and abilities. Now they're printed on glossy, thin poster-like paper that offers vivid colour and detail. Technically, there are 22 maps because there are 4 maps that retain an A2 size. Now before I get into the details, I want to first show you how I solved its main problems. I purchased this poster frame for $15 from Kmart. It has a black border and a thin plastic cover. Before this, I tried using a roll of clear vinyl, but that proved to be annoying because it took a while for it to stay flat. I also tried a sheet of clear cast acrylic, but that also left slight stains and smudging from dry erase markers. Now the frame itself makes the maps lie quite flat, and the presentation on the table is actually quite impressive. The game is raised off the table just enough to separate the setting, and the white border around the map itself helps draw the players toward the details in the terrain of the map. It's even really easy to set up as well. But the drawback to this is it's not as portable as I'd like it to be, so if anything, a roll of clear vinyl or a clear A1 sleeve would be a good option for the travelling DM. Now these maps are throwbacks from 3rd and 4th edition modules, and offer a large variety of terrain, landscapes and biomes. I paid $35 Australian for the pack, which roughly equates to just under $2 a map, so I think that's quite affordable. However, there are still a few drawbacks that I need to mention. Now since the maps are thin and are folded quite heavily, they're very easy to damage and don't sit perfectly flat due to the creases. There are some biomes I would have loved to see, such as a coast or a sea setting, or even the top of a ship, or even an interior of a general building such as a tavern. And fog of war is also generally an issue with maps, and overall, they lack a sense of dimension and depth. Obstacles are flat, and changes in terrain are quite questionable. But if you're a DM like me and like to use alternative resources, then the next resource that I'm going to talk about take these tactical maps to the next level. This is the Adventure Atlas, and it's a resource created by the DMs Guild, and it features a collection of ready-to-play encounters and adventures for the official maps that I've been talking about. Each encounter consists of 3 to 5 pages of text, so it's pretty easy to read and prepare for in a pinch. The wide variety of scenarios provide you as the DM with short, concise, and ready-to-play encounters that are suitable for any campaign or adventure setting. This is especially great for one-shot sessions, side missions, story fillers, or complete story derails that you aren't prepared for. Now the Atlas also includes a detailed appendix section filled with appropriately used monsters, NPCs, racial templates, and magic items, just like the ones you'd find in any officially released Wizards of the Coast product. So overall, if you do end up getting the tactical maps, I do suggest that you spend an extra $15 to $20 and go ahead and buy the Adventure Atlas. It's going to totally be worth it for you in the long run. So to sum this all up, I personally think that the tactical maps, Reincarnated pack, along with the Adventure Atlas, make great additions to a DM's bag of tricks, especially if you use the poster frame to present the map that you're using, pair it with some great minis and some extra terrain and dressing to really spice things up and bring the map to life. So let me know if you plan on picking up either of these resources in the comment section down below, and if you do end up using the maps, just remember that they're perfectly fine to use as they are right out of the pack. Just don't go drawing on them. Episode 2, Tactical Maps. Thank you guys so much for watching. That concludes episode 2 here on Adventuring Addicts. Again, I really appreciate all the comments, support, and feedback that you've left me here on my channel in the comment section below. I definitely reply and I definitely read each and every one of your comments, especially if you email me. Thanks to those that have. I really appreciate the response and the feedback that I'm doing here on my channel. So with that, I just want to prompt you to not forget about my adventuringaddicts.com. There you will find all my resources and guidelines to my new features of the month. It's pretty much a mini contest to all you people out there on the other side of that screen. If you want to participate, feel free. There will be monthly prizes and giveaways there. And yeah, just stay tuned because you will be featured on my channel. And one last thing, there is something brewing just ahead. In a few weeks time, I will be doing my very first collaboration with another crafting YouTuber. He is amazing at his stuff, and it is none other than Frankie D Crafter. Mate, you've done amazing jobs in the past. I've watched every single one of your videos, but the sea serpent one, that was absolutely killer. So to you guys out there, you should definitely watch that video, especially if you are preparing for the Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign that is coming out later this year. Devs hit him up for the tutorials on how to build your very own sea serpent. He'll be covering some more awesome content. So just wanted to give him a quick shout out because we are going to do a collab, so stay tuned. With that being said, guys, that's all I can say. Again, from the very bottom of my heart, thank you very much for your support. It goes a long way. Do not forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss out until my episode 3, 4, and beyond. Have a great week. See you in the next video.
Can you see if I'm looking at the above it?
Yeah, I can.
Does it look weird?
No. Look into the lens?
Don't look into the lens.
Nah, look into the lens.